held your composure good. You held your composure good.
Well, I'm glad he took that long. Because it wasn't real good to start with.
Man, you thumped him.
Man, I think I got him, don't you?
Yeah. It was a little high, but this steep angle, I think you're going. You don't even look nervous. I'd be falling out of the tree. I'm shaking back here.
I believe that's the first deer I've shot with a bow in 11 years.
You're kidding me.
No. Last deer I killed a bow was in 2007.
Well, I think you just killed your biggest.
I think I just killed my biggest.
I think I got berry hooked on Kansas.
Well, I had a picture of him in how long? Well,
The 30th.
the 30th. Was he here?
No,
He was over there.
we've never had a picture of him
Never
here.
had a picture of him over here.
Well, Freddie, he's been trying to get me to go to Kansas with him for probably 4 or 5 years, I guess. And finally this year, kids got out of school and wasn't chasing them around. And my wife finally gave me the okay, and we decided to go to Kansas with Freddie this year. All started about the middle of August. We decided to go up and look at a couple places to lease, and got up there and was kind of getting this game plan and found us another place other than the one Freddie always has for a few years. And we were leaving and going down the county road there, and it's also a trail crossing the county road kind of in the mud, and we decided to stop and put a trail camera off in the brush there about 20 yards off the road, and left it for, I don't know, probably about a month before we went back. We was gonna set up stands and get stuff ready to go for the opener in September. And pulled the camera, looked at the pictures, and had a picture of this deer. We ended up naming him Kickstand because of the kickers he had off the right side of his horns. And we started getting numerous pictures of him after we got our stand set up, moved the cameras over there, and boy, he was pretty much a regular at a stand we had set up for the south wind. And we went back a few times, once in September, once in October, and just had bukus of pictures of him every time we pulled the cards. But hunted that stand a couple times, boy, he never showed up. We never got a shot at him then. Finally, we had taken off the whole month of November pretty much to hunt the rut. And I guess it was November the 4th. We were headed back up there. It was on a Sunday. We were headed up I-35, and Freddie looked at me and said, well, we got to flip, see who's going to hunt first. So we flipped the coin. Of course, I lost as usual. He won, so he was going to get to hunt first. That afternoon, we were going to hunt, and then the next morning, it's kind of the way he told me we was going to do it. Hunt an afternoon in the morning. We could swap the camera stuff in the daylight so we wouldn't lose nothing. Well, he had won the flip, and we'd agreed if old Kickstand showed up, we were going to try to take him. Thought pretty sure everything was kind of lined up for Freddie to get old Kickstand that afternoon, because sure enough, he had been hitting that stand still, a lot of pictures of him. Well, hunted that afternoon, didn't show up. Hunted the next morning, seen a couple decent bucks, but no Kickstand. Or like, man, this deer's gone, or somebody had got him before we got back in November. Well, when we were there in the last part of October, this guy with the cattle there on this place, he had moved them off the other stand location that was set up for a north wind. And I'm like, well, that's a good deal. Won't have to mess with the cows over there. Well, that evening, the wind had kind of shifted out of the west, northwest, so wasn't good for the south wind stand. We decided to go hunt the north wind stand. Of course, it was my turn the next evening, and it was warm. It was probably mid-60s. We got in the stand probably 3:30, got all settled in, and wasn't nothing moving. I mean, it was pretty dead. Had about half a dozen squirrels just all in front of us, and sun beating down on you. It's pretty warm. Got about half sleepy. And I was watching the squirrels there, probably got around 5 o'clock, and just having a good day. Still hadn't seen any deer, and boy, next thing I knew, Freddie was beating me on the shoulder. And I was like, well, what is he? Must be a doe coming in or something. Well, he was up a little higher than me and could see a little further up the creek. And I turned and looked the direction he was looking. I thought, well, I didn't see nothing. I was like, oh, well, that'll come out here in a minute. Boy, next thing you know, here he come. And oh, there's a deer. And I'm like, well, I'll be. Man, that's old Kickstand. I couldn't believe it. He's probably about 40 yards up the creek there, and I could see him coming all the way. There's a lot of trees and underbrush there. He was coming through. Knew I wasn't going to have a shot there, but as you get on in front of the stand we were at, there's kind of a trail that runs up either down to the creek or off on up in the pasture. And I'm like, well, when he gets to that trail, he's either going to go left and go up the hill and get out of range, or he's going to turn and come across this creek. And I thought, well, when he gets there, I'll draw and stop him. Been about a 25-yard shot, but if he turns and looks the other way, he'll be coming right in front of us. Get probably about a 18-yard shot. Well, he eased up to that trail there, and boy, and he looked left, and I thought, oh man, he's headed away from us. And you see in the video, he kind of looked up that trail and turned around and walked right down in front of us there at 18 yards, just like we were hoping he was doing. Boy, he kind of just read the script perfect. Boy, he come in there and kind of was quartering to us, and I'd had time to calm down by then because it'd been, seemed like 30 minutes, but it probably wasn't 2 or 3 minutes. And boy, he just played the script perfect. He turned and looked up the trail. I drew, turned around, kind of turned just perfect broadside, and stuck his old neck out there like he was ready for it. So I let him have it and made a good shot. And air didn't pass all the way through, and when he took off, he kind of scraped a tree, broke the air off, and we thought, oh man, there's old Kickstand, we got him. And didn't really know what to think. That was the first deer I shot with my bow, probably thinking about 7 years. And pretty excited. All the way it worked out. Well, we sat there and high-fived and talked about it a little bit, boy, and boy, the direction he ran, a whole pack of coyotes just started tearing it up like they was on something. And boy, next thing I knew, Freddie had hit the ground. He was on the trail of him, and I was trying to get my bow and everything down the tree and got over there. Well, we trailed him up where he ran, pretty good blood. And I got up there and Freddie was standing up on the hill and looking around, and boy, there wasn't much blood at all, just a few drops here and there. And starting to get dark. I guess we'd ran the coyotes off. They'd hurt us, so hopefully they didn't get him. And boy, we kind of tracked him up through there. Drop of blood here, drop of blood there, and finally after about, 150 yards, boy, he just opened up and started pouring the blood out, and off in the creek he went, and looked down in there, and there he was, just spread eagle down there in the creek, just like you envisioned it, hunting Kansas, I guess is what I should say. And old Kickstand, we got him. He was down and out. And, great hunt, first time to Kansas, and pretty much not really the first hunt, but the first time I'd set the stand on our big November adventure. And we got the deer we were looking for, and everything worked out. It's like I told Freddie, I said, I may have lost the flip, but I won the prize here. And real excited. And really good trip, really good hunt, and hopefully he'll let me go back with him this year.